Good morning, everyone. My name's Jason Calvert, and I'm here to talk about my assignment 1.3, which I did with Klaudia the other night, Growing with Friends, assignment 1.3. Claudia and myself met, and it was decided that I would do the Hatha section and Claudia did the Pranayama section. And we'll swap next week. So just a little bit of background. I think we were both quite nervous when we met. I didn't know what to expect, and I must say I was pleasantly surprised. I said to her at one point that I felt nervous, but seeing her really nice smiling face helped me to relax, and she really put me at ease, and that's a really big thing. When you're working with any teacher, I felt totally relaxed, totally cared for, and I had no problem at all relating to Claudia. She was exuded not so much confidence, because I could see she was a little bit nervous, but exuded calmness, and I just felt totally at ease. So that was the first impression I had meeting Claudia. So thank you for that, Claudia. I felt really well looked after and very much at ease when I first met you. Made things a lot easier, I can tell you. Secondly, yes, she did address my individual needs. I said right from the very start that I should mention she taught me Shita Lee, and she described the whole aspect of the practice very well. But to start with, I said right from the start I couldn't curl my tongue, and she gave me the option of parting the lips and drawing the air in through my teeth. So that was an individual need that was addressed right from the very start. I felt quite cared for, and nothing was too much. She spoke about getting into a nice comfortable position before we started. We don't want to be thinking about our old sore knees or anything else that might be hurting us, a sore neck or back or whatever. So in that respect, individual needs were certainly catered for. And I did get the point of the technique as well. She was really descriptive in her speech about what the technique was all about, broke down the word Shita Lee to start with, and spoke about the cooling, calming aspects of the technique. The relaxing aspects of the technique. I feel that I could have walked in off the street and sat down with any knowledge of the particular pranayama that we did, and would have been able to do it no problem. It was the point and the description of the technique was very good, very descriptive, and quite clear and easy to follow. In terms of the grounding, again, from the welcoming in, we started the grounding part of the practice, and it helped me to relax and focus on what was to come. By the time we did start the technique itself, I had no qualms about what was coming up. The grounding session was really good. The description wasn't too wordy, not too silent, just about right. She described the whole thing very well. The tone of voice was excellent. It was in line with what was to come. We were talking about practicing a calming pranayama, a cooling technique, and her voice fitted into that mold absolutely naturally and easily. Yeah, so that was really good. We started off by doing some really basic warm-ups, shaking out the hands and sort of rotating the shoulders and sort of rolling the head and a few other little things that were sort of just to get us into the space, into the moment, and then we moved into getting into a nice, comfortable position. As I say, you don't want to be thinking about anything else while you're actually going through the technique. So yeah, that was really good. I felt like the grounding was a natural progression from the welcoming stage and a nice sort of segue into what was to come, the actual practice itself. The instructions were really clear and easy to follow. We started off by, after the description, we started by Klaudia doing a demonstration, and I watched her do the demonstration, and she showed how the technique was normally done, and then she went on to how we were going to do it, re my inability to curl my tongue. So the instructions were really clear and easy to follow. The demonstration was excellent. The demo was exactly what I needed, and it wasn't too technical. It was definitely descriptive, and when you're sitting watching someone, getting a visual, it's very easy to follow. So once we started off, Klaudia we done together, the two of us, we done probably the first 3 or 4 rounds together, and then she let me go by myself. So right at the start, she told me that we were going to be probably doing the practice for 12 minutes, the Shita Lee practice, the hub of the practice for 12 minutes. She didn't interfere with that. She told me when it was nearly halfway through or halfway through, and then a minute before the end, she let me know. And I must say, it just flew. The time just flew. I couldn't believe we were halfway through, and I couldn't believe there was a minute to go. And I think I was so at ease with the way she described the whole thing. It made me focus, and she held space perfectly. She didn't interfere with me when I was practicing. She just let me go. And as I say, the practice itself, the description wasn't too technical. It was basic, everything I needed to know. The descriptive nature of her words as to how the practice was going to evolve was spot on, and also the flow and the ability just to let me go myself. I really appreciated it. I don't particularly like too much chatter or talk, and I didn't get that. I didn't get that at all. So that was really well done. I really credit to her. And the silent sitting, she did hold the space very well. I didn't feel like I was left on my own for a long period. After the practice, we sort of came back a little bit. She gave me time to get my breath back to normal, which I think is a very important thing. It's, yeah, she gave me time to just relax with the appropriate verbal guidance, and not too over the top, not too little talking or too much talking. I didn't feel that she was talking to fill the space. I know that she said that she's got a tendency to talk too much to fill the space. I didn't feel that was the case at all. The talk that was there was necessary talk to get me through the practice. Certainly wasn't an awkward situation where you talk just to fill the space. I didn't feel that whatsoever. So, and the pace of the words, the volume of the words, the tone of voice, etc., was all in line with the calmative nature of the practice. So, yeah, that was really good. I can't say I've got any suggestions with that. As I say, she seems to think that she's got this thing about talking too much when she's a bit nervous, but I hope I made her feel at ease and made her feel that she didn't need to be nervous around me, and that helped with the fact that she was able to relax and not talk too much, and that came through. It was really, really nice and very relaxing. The relaxation itself, the Shavasana, fitted in perfectly with the style of practice. As I say, I mean, we're talking calmative, we're talking relaxation, we're talking cooling, and Shavasana just matched that perfectly. It was a talk through Shavasana where she talked about basically relaxing every body part. So we started with the toes and the fingers and went up to the larger limbs and the torso, and lying back and letting the mat and Mother Earth envelop you. And I thought that was really beautiful. It was a really nice, nurturing way to put it. And that's what I got right from the word go, right from the start. I felt really looked after. I felt that the tone of voice and style was very calming, very nurturing, and in every way possible, the Shavasana, the tone of voice, the practice itself, it all fitted in together perfectly. And I couldn't really pick anything that I would have done different. The three gifts, it was just the welcoming nature of Klaudia. She welcomed me into the class. She put me at ease. That's something I try and strive for when I'm teaching, to be inclusive, to welcome everyone, not to be too much about what you look like. When you look like me, I'm not going to judge anyone else, I can tell you. So we don't really want to be into aesthetics. We want to be into functional and making sure people are, whatever the style, whether it's asana or pranayama, whatever it is, we want to make sure that they're comfortable and they're not comparing themselves with anyone else. And I found that her inclusive nature, happy, smiling face helped me to relax, and I felt really looked after and included and well catered for throughout the practice. So that was really nice. The descriptive nature of the practice itself, I thought she really done that well. She described the practice. She described what I was in for. As I said earlier, I could have walked in and never have done Shita Li and quite comfortably sat there and done that practice. There was nothing that would deter anyone or stop anyone from doing that practice. It was very, it wasn't technical, it was descriptive, it was just right in terms of the demonstration, and then the help at the start, and then later on just letting it flow, letting the student, myself, go at my own pace. And I thought that was really well done. And the third thing I took away was the relaxation, the Shavasana. I thought it was really nice, really descriptive, and definitely in line with the rest of the class. Just her words, her tone of voice, her speech, it was lovely. It was very calming, and something that I would strive to. I think we all sort of have our own style, and I thought her style was really nice and supportive, and yeah, I really enjoyed the class, and I think that's something that I took away from it. She done a really good job with that. It says 3 areas to polish. Well, I can't really pick anything. I thought she'd done such a good job. I said to her at one point, maybe we could have talked more about contraindications. Although I don't know what sort of contraindications they are with Shita-Lee. It's I think it's the most gentle of pranayamas, and I don't really think there could be too much. But as I say, the only thing I couldn't do was curl my tongue, and that's not really a contraindication. And I guess this is something I'm trying to pick, because there's nothing really that I could pick out with that. I don't know. It's hard to improve on perfection. That's what I'll say. It was very enjoyable, very nice, and relaxing. And the best thing about it, from my point of view, coming in a little bit nervous, was that she made me so relaxed, and I really thank her for that. I thank her very much for her just her style and her presence. And Klaudia, you don't talk too much. You don't have to fill the space with chatter, and I don't think you did. And I think what you did today was very appropriate. So well done, and I'm really looking forward to the next time we meet. And I hope I can do half as good a job as you did with your pranayama practice. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next Saturday. Bye for now.